Perfect. So, I've been telling my story multiple times on stage. So when I have been asked to do it again, this is exactly how does it feel, telling your story over and over. But if it helps people to get their journey a lot easier, I don't mind telling it a million times. So this story is about my journey to the gaming industry, all the learnings, all the mistakes, and things I wish I knew before to have done this journey. So, I'm gonna need to zoom out a bit and start telling you my first job I landed on here in Sweden. It's when it's your first job, you usually do something soft. You don't want to do something complicated. So I did the opposite. My first job was uh, a medical device cooling the brain during coma. That was my first assignment, and I was a test engineer back then. It was pretty safety critical. When I told my family this is my first job, they were like, the first reaction said, "If someone dies, is it on you?" I said, "I hope not." So that was my first one. I said, you know what? Let me do something more chill, more less safety critical. So my first and second assignment was test lead for autonomous and brake system for bus and trucks, which is, if you know, in safety and software, it's quite really really high safety critical, because in buses you have kids, you have and people use buses for transportation heavily. So I felt like my career is going in the wrong direction in terms of it's all like critical and super high safe and danger softwares. So I did some calculation, and I did projected my next assignment gonna be nuclear if I gonna continue this way. So I had to do something different. So I started looking for jobs in Stockholm, IT jobs. That's it. And here it's all began when I found the first gaming job ever. I always being a gamer, always played games, but never ever imagined that it's possible to work in the gaming industry. It's possible to make a living out of it. I was only consuming games. So that was my reaction when I get to know that, oh, you can work in the gaming industry. I was baffled. And when I saw the first ad, I still remember this. It was King, if I'm not mistaken. I got obsessed. And here's the first change in my behavior. I start to read job ads in the gaming industry every night in bed. By the way, I stopped taking phone to bed. I keep it in the living room. Highly recommend everyone not take your phone to the bed, but I was doing it. And here I got to find out it's a very underutilized technique. Gaming industry have a different naming convention for a lot of roles. Let's say you're a project manager, so you look for project management roles. Do you look for project manager roles in the gaming industry? But guess what? We call it producer, we call it development director, whatever. So in the gaming industry, the names for roles are different than traditional ones. And that could lead you to missing a lot of opportunities you could be perfect fit for because you didn't know what to look for. So what I did, I was reading job ads left and right, everything. And that was kind of clever. I was doing it randomly, just to be honest, because I was just obsessed with the idea that it's possible to work in the gaming industry. But this helped me to map out what skill set I do have and what skill set I'm missing, which is crucial. So if you are outside the gaming industry right now, or you are in the gaming industry right now, but you want to change your role, the first starting point is to look where are you, where you want to go, and see what kind of skills you can transfer. Trust me when I say this, you will never ever start from scratch. Even though you work whatever, even like a fast food restaurant, whatever you're doing, you have some skills you can transfer to any industry. You just need to know what skills you can transfer, what skills are you lacking. And this is what happened with me when I was reading the job ads. I mapped out what I'm missing. And for me it was clear. I never made a game before. I don't know how to make a game. I'm not aware of the terminology of making games. So I don't know how I came with the idea. I felt like, you know what, I want to learn how to make game. Then I found a course on Coursera, 6 months game design with Michigan University. So I have done that course. And I believe that was a perfect start for a lot of people who want to join the gaming industry without knowing what kind of role they want to aim for. Because with this one, I got to know about game design document, GDD. I got to know about gaming engines. I get to try a Unity, Unreal. I get to make a game. I get to see how painful to make a game, overscoping, prototyping, a lot of this, exporting your game on mobile or web browser or even a desktop. And cool. So now I know how to make a game. And this journey took me a couple of year and a half, maybe. Now it's time to see how a studio looks from inside. It's so difficult. It's so difficult if you don't know anyone in the gaming industry, which was the case for me. I didn't know anyone. But because I was keeping an eye on job ads, I was keeping an eye on reading job ads regularly. I saw DICE, which is, I'm not sure if you know, guys, if you know DICE, they are the creators of Battlefield. They were looking for playtesters. And I was reading that, just like, they were looking for someone to go to the studio, play a game, and you sign an NDA because you cannot declare what you have played because it's still in development. You can give feedback to them. They give you free snacks and free games. I said, wait, can I go to the studio, play a game, and have free food and have some games to bring it back with me? It sounded like a dream deal for me. So I have applied to go there. And they accepted me because I have a background. I was a test lead back then. I used to work at Volkswagen. And it was the first time I entered a gaming studio in my life in 2017, January. And I still have this coffee mug, by the way. I still have it. We should always remember where we have started, the humble beginnings. As soon as I was at the studio, I saw a guy wearing a t-shirt, screw everyone or something like weird like this. And I thought like, yeah, I like this vibes. I feel like this is me. Or I saw myself in this kind of environment. So all this happened just because I was keeping an eye on a job ads. So I ended up visiting a studio, confirming that the gaming industry is the environment I want to be working in. And I end up becoming senior producer. Wait, actually, I know that no one reads this slide, so I'm going to put this to our friend ADHD fellows. So I'm a senior producer at Star Stable. I'm a head of game producer education at Future Games Warsaw. I'm an advisor at a couple of companies and public speaker. So that's me, the boring slide. Let's move on and continue. Yeah, I'm a board member at two gaming schools, Future Games and the Game Assembly. A leading game schools. We have a couple of locations in multiple countries, and the latest one was for Future Games was in Warsaw. While pursuing joining the gaming industry, I spent a lot of my money buying courses and especially the Coursera one, buying assets to make like a fun game. It was then when this book being released, The Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, which is a book tells you stories about how hard to make games, the success, the tears, like everything. I didn't have enough money to spend more to buying game education stuff and assets. And this book was just newly released, and it was really expensive to request it from the US. So I did something I don't usually do, which is I requested the local library, to buy this book so I can borrow the book. You can send a motivation letter. Hey, this book is out. I believe this book is important for me. Can you please buy it so you can borrow the book? And I was very kind of shy to do this request with a guy who have salary, but I did it anyway, which is normal. Anyway, but me personally, I didn't feel so comfortable doing it, but I did it anyway. And of course, they bought the book, so I get to borrow the book, which is confirmed even more that I need to pursue my career in the gaming industry. This small, leaving the comfort zone, taking extra step, putting extra effort, was one of the most valuable lessons I've learned in my journey to the gaming industry. Gaming industry is so competitive. Being comfortable, then you're not doing enough, in my opinion. Look, I'm not asking you to grind and burn out yourself. I'm not asking that. I'm asking you need to put extra in everything you're doing, period. Why? Because there are thousands of people, tens of thousands of people are dreaming for the same roles that you want to be in. So how are you going to stand out? You need to stand out. You need to do an extra effort. And you being here today, in my opinion, it's showing you're serious and you're putting extra step. You decided to be here instead of playing Marvel Rival or something else, which show that you hoping or putting extra effort to join the industry or to upgrade your already role in the gaming industry to something leader role or whatever. So here I've learned a valuable lesson, the extra step. And of course, extra step it could be in multiple directions. Now I'm here in front of you speaking. I've been on multiple stages, but I would be lying to you if I said I always felt comfortable on the stage or always felt comfortable publicly speaking. It's never been the case. I actually, in fact, I was shy speaking in front of my own team. Like I'm not exaggerating. I was just updating tickets in front of my own team. I felt like my knees were shaking. But I felt if I cannot continue this way of being nervous and speaking in front of people, there's no way I will shine in my career. So I decided to take every chance to do public speaking, challenge my shyness. And this is what I did. So every time I hear, hey, we have a presentation, we need looking for someone to present about this, then I immediately say it's me. After you say yes, in the first 10 seconds, it will happen to all of you. You will say, why the heck I've said this? You will regret that you accepted. You will regret that you said yes. When this happens, congrats, you're on the right track. You are pushing yourself in the right direction in a good pace. Because you said yes, then you regret, but that's fine. That's amazing. This is what happened to me, and I end up speaking in front of like massive stages. The first public talk I've done, believe it or not, it was at CD Projekt Red. I get a call from Poland. They say, hey, Ali, are you interested to speak at CD Projekt Red? Imagine saying no to this. I said, yes. I ended the call. I said, wait, I don't even have something ready. I will figure it out. And I did. And it worked. And it was amazing. And gave me a lot of confidence. So tip, put the extra step in whatever you're doing. That's absolutely needed in your portfolio, in your CV, pushing yourself, nudging yourself in the right direction. Networking. A lot of people say, oh, I need to wait until I have something to start networking, or until my portfolio is done, then start networking, or until education is done. That's a big mistake. I built my network while pursuing switching to the gaming industry. I didn't know a single person at all. My LinkedIn has not even a profile photo. I didn't have any follower. I had maybe one, if I'm not mistaken, one connection. So I had one connection with no image, absolutely from ground zero. But I start to build my network towards the gaming industry by start adding people organically. You cannot add like left and right. So gaming industry is like similar to a lot of industries, all about networking. Knowing someone at the company means your CV could end up on the HR table in the same day, which is pretty difficult if you gonna do it the normal way. Having in mind, I've done mine in a normal way. I applied in the website, I got an email, I did the interview, and I finally landed a job. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's way easier if you can do it from someone internally. So I'm not sure how much effort you put in networking. If you're not, I'm not sure that's a really bad sign. You should definitely work on that. Let's say you're a really good developer. How would I know your skill if you're not showing to me? And don't wait until your product is done. In my opinion, you're late then. Start and showing the work in progress. Share what you're doing. Share all the stages. Let people grow with your product or your game or your feature, or your art, whatever you're doing. So people get invested and supporting. And more importantly, feedback. They give you a lot of feedback. Gaming industry professionals are usually mainly super ultra open, helpful, very nice to talk to, approachable. You can approach them, ask them for feedback, ask for help. So if you're not networking today, I highly recommend start networking, and definitely LinkedIn. Like I cannot sell that. I cannot stress how important it is. So I start writing, guys. That's it. I start writing for a few years. I end up being number one in Sweden, number 12 globally on LinkedIn by just sharing my story, sharing what I end up even here, which just came from LinkedIn. So this is how important to continue writing, continue sharing, engaging. You don't need to write like I write daily, which is a bit too much for some people if you don't like prepare content or stuff. But you know, when you engage with someone's content, when you write a comment, when you add extra, like let's say someone shared a steps how to create an animation for character, and you're an animator. Maybe say a good comment like, thank you for sharing this. I usually use this tool instead, but I will try this one. So add some really value in the comments, not only agreeing and say amazing stuff. You should like add something. This is the cheapest way of making content. You don't need to write post only. And end up also being recognized as a top dev in the world, which was like among names I really look up for, which is just showing you can start from scratch like I did. Just keep doing this effort, keep networking, believe in what you're doing, and you will reach places. I will share more tips about this, but just showing you, I get to see studio just because I did a playtest, but now I have been to many studios around the globe. I have friends everywhere. I get to see amazing stuff. And by the way, see the bike in here? Who can write in the comments, which person sat on this bike? Who get the right answer get to maybe ask first. Who recalled where this is bike from? Let's see if we have a real gamers in this chat or not. Who recall where this is bike from which game? Come on, of course you do know. Let's go. Yes, it's Cyberpunk, and it's Keanu Reeves. Keanu sat on this bike, and when I was at the CD Projekt Red, I said, "Ali, be professional. Don't ask to sit on it." It took me like 2 seconds. Then he asked after that, so I sat on that bike, which was pretty cool. Perfect. So just to show that you don't have excuse, you can start from absolutely ground without knowing anyone. I didn't have a gaming experience, never made a game and made it in the gaming industry. Then people ask, what's the formula? And I'm going to give you the full formula right now, exclusive to you only in the rookies. There's no formula, guys. If someone claims there's a formula, they're lying to you. There's no formula. It's just absolutely boring, repetitive steps. That's it. It's as boring as it sounds. So a question to all of you, like, are you guys reading a book right now? Are you doing a course right now as we speak? Let's not speak the education one. If your answer is no, yeah, we have an issue in here then. I'm in the gaming industry. I have a full-time job. I do a million things aside. I'm reading a book, I play games, and I do a course. Always, no question. Like, there's no excuse. But then I will sound like the guy who do this like a morning routine at 4 a.m. with like an ice pocket and stuff. No, I'm not. How I read books is basically 15 pages a day. That's it. 15 pages a day from a book. You finish up between 6 and 9 books a year if they are normal size. That's it. Take like 15 pages a day. This absolutely takes a few minutes. How I do course? I do 2 hours a week. 2 hours a week. I don't believe anyone, if you cannot allocate 2 hours a week for your dream, I'm not sure how it's going to work. So 2 hours a week course, 15 pages a day from a book, and I watch at least one YouTube video every day about the industry, which is, as a package, we call it the micro learning. There you are always learning, always growing, always really up to the trends. This is what keeps you shiny, more interesting to the game industry. And not only that, this is what enforcing your role and make you grow as a senior. So this is what I have been doing for years, and this is what I advise everyone to do if they're really serious about joining the game industry. We can share more about what books I recommend, what courses I recommend at the end. But I really want to highlight something important, in my opinion, as our motivation to join the industry, and why I should put this work, why I should read books, why I should be here listening to you, why I should do all what I'm doing and network and hear a lot of rejection from companies, why I should continue. This is a question I've asked myself. Why I get obsessed as soon as I saw the gaming industry. I always played games, always been fascinated with games. As soon as I got to know that you can work in the gaming industry, I was sold. I was all in. But here I was asking myself, games helped me when I was having really tough time. I had a really bad year in my life, absolutely the worst. And games were for me. I played games that helped me to survive. But I knew there's something way more important, which led me to study why we love games. And I really want to give as much as possible in while giving time to ask questions, but I really want to speed run this because I believe it's important. So when you are having a bad day, when you are struggling, when you have a boring day at work, then at the end of the day, you remember there's a game waiting for you. If it's schedule one to sell some cracks, or it's just a game you play with the friends, if it's Marvel Rival, if it's whatever. You just organically smile. You get excited. If the game you like is getting out soon in a few weeks, few months, you're also excited for this, which is I call it anticipation. So games keeps us happy. Just the fact that we are about to play them, the fact that they are about to come out, which is, in my opinion, something it's not really recognized. Second is how we associate games with moments in our life. When I look at this photo, it's GTA 3, I just remember me after school smelling the unique hand soap that my mom used to buy. Just looking at this image, that's it. Like I'm looking at it, it takes me back to my childhood living room, bedroom at my parents' place. So I'm gonna show you a couple of games. Let's see if you have some OGs in the room. Oh no, the slide is not here. Sorry guys, the slide is not here. Or maybe it's after. Maybe it's after this one. This one. I love Souls games. I love Star Wars games. Okay, but this game is unique for different reasons. I was playing this game. I was in a boss fight. Super focused, mashing the buttons. Really wanted to. It was the middle of the boss fight. Then my wife rushed to the room and shouted very loudly, "I'm pregnant." Guess what the first action I did? I paused the game, of course. I didn't want to lose the fight. So I paused the game, priorities. Then I looked at her. I was digesting that I'm getting at that. I'm becoming, maybe I'm not the best dad though, but this exactly, I'm being honest with you. This is what happened. Now I play this game after I have my son. It's exactly the same feelings. It's just, when I see this, I remember it's like happened. So wheeling games together, wheeling games with moments, which is amazing. Without being said, this could also means we could link them to a bad thing, an accident, losing someone, which is kind of sad. But lucky for us, usually games are connected with more happy moments, childhood, family time. And this game means a lot to me. It's a very simple game. If anyone played this game in the chat, please write to me. I would love to chat with you maybe after. This is called Tank City or Tank City 1980. I used to play this with my dad. Me and my dad, we had a rocky relationship. We became a friend in 2006. Until then, we had a really tough relationship. So I used to play this game with my dad, which helped a lot our relationship back in the days. Oh, cool! We have someone who played this game. This is amazing. So basically, it's a co-op game. And I used to play the yellow one. He used to play the green one. I still remember. And you need to protect the kingdom or whatever eagle from the AI tanks. And this is the one I wanted to show you. Just take a look. If you played any of these games, take a look. It takes you back to the old family house with a CRT TV, with like after school when you're young. So we associate games with really amazing moments. But games can alter reality as well. Games not only something we associate with moments, games can change how we perceive reality. Okay, the photo to the right. I need some answers in the chat quite fast. So when you look at this image, what the first thing? Okay, see, it took Rishi like literally 0.5 milliseconds to say yes, and he means Italy in specific. It's so insane that he looked at an image from somewhere in Italy or Europe, and he think of a map in game. This is insane. So I'm just showing you that games can change how we perceive reality. The one to the left, I took this photo. I was in Malaga in Spain, beautiful city. I was in this cringe double bus, the one with the translator tells you about the stuff. I've done it. It was hop on, hop off buses. So I was there, and I've seen a lot of amazing scenery. It was amazing. But then I saw this electrical pole. I get more excited than everything I've seen. Anyone play GeoGuessr in this chat? GeoGuessr is a game that they put you randomly around the world, and you need to know which country, city, as much as detailed as possible. And in the game community, we call it the holy pole, which is like an electrical pole with holes in it. I get way more excited seeing this than everything I've seen. So I'm just showing you how when we see stuff, how games can alter reality and how we perceive it, and the kind of excitement we perceive from it, like this one as a CS:GO, or games made us cry. Like I could say actually confidently I cried in each one of these moments in game. So when games triggers a real emotions, when it's over, you cry, you still feel the pain, you think of it. Especially this one, like I'm Afraid Sister from the Red Dead Redemption 2, an amazing game when Morgan at the train station. But here's the thing. I'm not a horror, I cannot play horror games. It's not for me. They did this experiment. If you're in a safe space in any horror game and they play kind of music, so you know there's nothing chasing you, you don't need to be aware. And if they play the same music in real, you feel you feel comfort, you feel safe. It's so interesting how music in games could lead to same kind of feeling in reality. But cool. So now we did some association, so we could see how we could associate games with moments. We saw how games can change how we perceive reality, and how games could alter it. But can we build memories in game? So inside a virtual space, can we build memories as a players? And the answer is definitely yes. Apex. I used to play Apex a lot with my friend. So what happened? We had people above the bridge, so we did outsmart them. We were below, so we did something with Lifeline. We put the package, so we lured them with the package, and we managed to flank them. After a few weeks, we were walking by the same bridge with a friend, and we were telling him exactly what happened in here and laughing. So when I see this, I remember some funny moment happened, me and my friend playing this. And I'm pretty sure it happened with a lot of you. Tilted Tower, if you played Fortnite, it's an amazing hardcore place. If you survive Tilted Tower, most likely you're going to win the game because everyone lands in there. And just look at this. And that's why players get upset when we remove maps. Because for them, it's just not a map looking for a change. For them, this is a space. They have built memories. They have done something funny. They managed to do an epic win. It was a very, very almost equal battle. That's why it's yes, we build memories in games. But can we develop feelings in games? I'm gonna ask you a question, and I thought at least we have someone who is a CS:GO player. Have you ever tried to be in CS:GO or CS map alone, or any multiplayer alone? Like let's say you just go to any Call of Duty, CS:GO, any source game, you join a multiplayer map by yourself, and write to me in the chat how do you feel when you do, if you have done it. People are chatting about God knows what. Red Dead Redemption still. So if you are in a source map alone, anyone tried this? Oh, okay, they're so engaged with Red Dead Redemption discussion. Let's keep it there. And I've been asking multiple people to confirm if it's what I used to feel as well. It's it feels empty, lifeless. Yes, that's something. It feels lifeless. It just, even though it's a map and you are in one map, you're not alone. It's actually, a lot of people say it's creepy. It feels lonely. Why is that? Because that space we get used to be filled with teammates and enemies. It's filled with people. It's like, when you have your grandpa house where the entire family gather, and suddenly it's empty when people travel or something, or people start to move on. So if people get used to something in virtual space, we could develop a lonely feeling, or could develop that we're missing someone around, which is, in my opinion, it's pretty interesting. I've given a lot of examples about how games could alter reality, how we can develop feelings in games. But when games can be beyond everything I've mentioned, believe it or not, when games truly touches life. This is some comments we got from players who play our game, Star Stable. Star Stable is an MMO horse game for girls, and some comments in here say Star Stable Online is my sanctuary for depression. Because I have an allergy for paws and hooves. I cannot impossible to ride a real horse. But thanks to Star Stable, I can do that. Second one is Star Stable is my second life. If I'm having a bad day, it cheers me up. So just to show you how games can go beyond anything we could imagine as the creators of this medium. Literally, one of the players, she cannot ride a real horse due to allergy, but thanks to Star Stable, she's able to do that, which is a lot of games allow us and enable us to do things we cannot do due to geographic geolocation, due to finance reasons, or due to just its fantasy. It's how Dark Souls saved someone with depression, even though Dark Souls is known to be a very hardcore game. It just shows with resilience, with achievement, with heartbreaking stories with this guy who found a console for his dad, an old console, and he decided to just start the game. And he found an old racing game with a ghost. It was his dad's. You know, in racing games, it stores the fastest lap. And he was trying to beat his dad that he lost 10 years ago. So it's I don't believe that was part of the plan when we start making games. I don't believe we made games for this kind of situations. So he was playing against his dad every day after school to get better because his dad was apparently good and he was getting improving. So he's playing with his dad that he left us 10 years ago. But here's the heartbreaking moment. He was getting so fast and he was leading. Then he stopped before finishing line. He said, I couldn't. Because if he had done that, he would destroy his dad's ghost. And he shared the story online with everyone and made people literally cry. It's very, very heartwarming when you hear this kind of stories and the kind of impact of games. And this is what I believe a lot of us in this room wanting to make games, and that's why we play games. I'm not sure if you have seen the remarkable life of Eplin, which is a Norwegian kid with a rare disease. So life was unfair with him, and sadly, due to his sickness, he couldn't have a normal life. But thanks to World of Warcraft, he managed to be a leader. He managed to have allies and a lot of friends. Not only that, they showed up when he left this world, and to show support to his family and beloved ones. It happened multiple times when memorials where people, even at Star Stable, even though our game is sadly for a young audience, we have some young kids players who sadly left us. So the community decided to honor them with the final ride, where the families they didn't believe, like, why someone random will do this to my kid that they don't know in real. So, but seriously, why we love games? I've mentioned a lot of aspects just to inspire some discussion in here. Why we love games? It's a question only you could answer. Each one of us could answer this question. Maybe we don't know yet. Maybe we know already. Maybe we have it clear. But in case you don't know, I invite you to ask yourself this question. And I'm going to give you the technique to find the real motivation. Whenever you are not certain about the root cause of anything, there's something we call the 5 whys technique. So you ask yourself a question, you give an answer, then you ask why. You keep asking why until you find the real motivation. For example, I feel pissed off today at my colleague. Why I'm pissed off? Because that colleague said this. Why that colleague said this? You keep drilling down, then maybe you'll find at the end you're not pissed off at your colleague. You're pissed off at something completely else. It's a known technique. You can look it at online. It's called the 5 whys. Why? 5 whys. So I did this. I asked myself why I love games. Yeah, games cheered me up when I needed it. Yeah, why it cheered me up. Then I started to drill down, and I believe 2 years ago, maybe, I finally found why I love games. When I was a kid, I had a really rocky relationship with my dad. He was preparing me for World War III or something. It was like we had a really dry relationship. It wasn't a traditional one. It was kind of tough, and like we didn't have like a lot of time together. He was like busy guy. I'm not sure how I convinced him to buy us NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. And he agreed. I still don't know how I managed to convince him. So when he bought the device, I was playing on it. And I was looking at him. If you're looking at me playing, he wasn't looking. It's for kids. He was just like looking somewhere else. Suddenly it was 8. Like I didn't feel the time flying. I was really enjoying playing games. So my dad looked at me and I said, it's bedtime. So I said, Dad, can I play just a little bit longer? So he gave me the look, the anger look with this, like, no, it's over. So I had to turn it off, went to bed. My brain was stimulated. I couldn't sleep immediately. It was like 10 minutes. Then I'm hearing low music playing. So I asked myself, am I just like dripping? Am I just like so obsessed with the games? So I snuck from the room to see what's going on. And guess what? It was my dad. He was playing. So the image of him being the tough, angry guy changed completely after seeing him playing games that I usually to play. After that, our relationship started to change. After that, we got to start to play this tank game together and more games until 2006, and now we are best friends. Funny enough, my favorite game is God of War. I don't believe I need to explain you why God of War. Just to show you, sometimes we take some choices in life. We don't understand our motivation or why we're needing something. So now you have more extra tool to look at this. Yes, 2018, of course, first one. So why I decided to not only share my journey and to share this part, because never ever forget why you do what you do. Even though when you start in the industry working and making games, it's so easy to get with monetization, sales numbers, and we forget why we're doing what we're doing. All this magic that games influenced us, impacted our lives. Making games is a responsibility. I just showed you a lot of effect and impact can do in games that done on all of us, done on me and billion of people now, as we have 3 billion people playing games. So it's a big responsibility. So I just want to highlight the importance of what we're doing or what kind of goal we're aiming for, and just to remind you why you're doing what you do. And that's what I have for you. And now I'd love to hear a lot of your questions. And here's my LinkedIn, where I share a lot of resources, a lot of insights from the industry. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was amazing. Sorry, I'm just going to read out a few questions that were at the top because I know they kind of get buried in. So Luca asked, which platforms would you recommend for showing work in progress?
That's a very good question. So itch.io, it's very accessible, easy, but if you showing inside and real, I saw Steam Deck is amazing. If your game is possible to be working on Steam Deck, it's amazing for showing games because people hold it in their hands. They feel more closer to it. Everyone most likely use how to use a joystick and controller. So I saw like Steam Deck is definitely powerful for the showing game. Itch.io is very accessible if you're more mass and international.
Cool. And then one more question at the top, and then we can move to the bottom ones, the new ones. Any book recommendations? What course platform do you learn on? YouTube channels for game industry stuff?
Perfect. It's easier if I share. Can I share a post in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you, all of you, I made a post about a full career guide I've made about the gaming industry. So in that one, you will find many books. How many books? Let me double check. Yeah, books and YouTube channels. So I'm gonna put it in here, but on top of my mind, you still see my screen. I just saw that. I didn't know I'm still sharing. Luckily, I didn't show my salary. So, so here you can find all the courses that I recommend. All are free, by the way. You can find all the YouTube channels I recommend. Game Maker Toolkit is by far one of my top favorite. GDC talks are gold mine. Churn if you're a tech guy. Unreal Sense if you're Unreal. Brackets used to be Unity and now going Godot. And there's like a lot of books I recommend, and there's way more resources and books and stuff you can read. And all the links are in the comments. Please take a look.
Thank you. I'm going to look at that.
My
That's going to
pleasure.
be very useful. I think people with
Yeah, I keep
typing.
sharing. I keep upgrading it.
Yeah. Oh, cool. So it's like not. It doesn't stay the same.
Yeah, no. Every time I post it every couple of months. Then I add more stuff, so I package it differently. If something is more like so I do more books, then I change the packaging.
Oh, great. Oh, yeah. I'll take a look at that.
Mm.
Thank you.
I put some effort in it.
Yeah, I love that. I like audiobooks as well. So I'm just seeing anyone have any questions. Is now your time to ask. I'm sure you do. Doing a lot of game talk. Oh, there you go.
Yes, that's a very good question. I've been actually looking into this. I wrote. It's funny enough. I wrote a post about it maybe 3 days ago about this topic. The question is about what my view on the indie devs. If you're an indie developer or aiming to be an indie developer, congrats! Like you are in the right time, right place. Indie games are so welcomed right now. Why is that? Because all this anger from AAA. AAA is getting the price tag is getting a lot higher. Development time is longer. And due to that factors, they need to play safe, which means less innovation, more sequels, prequels, the same formula. While indies, they just go bananas and try something so weird, so something we haven't seen to this level, which is we have seen a lot of good reception of it and amazing support. So I've seen a lot of indie games, and they made their first debut game, and they've sold like 500,000 to 1 million. I know 2 studios in Sweden, they sold more than 500,000. First ever game made in Unity, team of 5. So 100%, if you're an indie developer, this is the right time. Just be innovative. And if you are from emerging country, please don't try to mock what the West is doing. I don't believe the West is moving in the right direction. Do something from your culture. Do something unique from your environment. Same. Remember what I've said about the motivation. What triggers you to make games? Maybe it's some game you played in your country, on your town, doesn't exist anywhere. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what you need to do, a game about that, or something from your environment. And we have seen how the East is shining by a lot of games they have made recently, Black Mesa Wukong and a lot of titles. So that's my biggest tip. If you making game, make it about your culture. What's your opinion on bringing games in PhD levels to bring more innovations? Does that mean like in terms of education? If does it mean to have more PhD people? I would love to hear more about that. But I don't believe we need that. At Future Games, we are 1.5 year program, which is we make, and if your game design is 2 years, and during this time, the students will make and ship 3 games, full-fledged game, and some of them they do 4, depends, and they do internship. I believe we need more hands-on making games with keeping the right balance between theory education, high-level education, and more really making games. Making games, the only way to be good at is making more games than a lot of games. It's for GP, sorry. Someone from Future Games Seniors, it's correcting me. It's actually 4 games. So our students at Future Games ship 4 games minimum. That's how we learn how to make games, by shipping more games. So, and after that, they do 6 months internship at the gaming studio. We need more of that, in my opinion, which is called fast track education, rather than 6-7 years a high level PhD, which you don't get to know more games, it's more theory. But I still believe that's also valuable. And I've seen a lot of PhDs being hired at AAA studios, but I don't see it much happening in the indie sphere. Yeah, hi Timo. Yeah, I recognize the photo. My pleasure.
think there's another one. How to share a whip of your own game development because there's a risk of someone stealing or copying your game designs before you complete and launch it.
Yeah, I get this question too often. Like, I'm not sure how easy your game to be stolen. That's a question to be asked. No one can do your game the way you envision it, the way you want to doing it. And we have seen the pros of sharing is outperform the cons of being so secretive and afraid of that. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I get this too often. Like people come to me, "Hey Ali, I have $1 million idea." So like, yeah, I'm not sure about that though. Like if you have it, you won't be talking to me. Ideas are everywhere right now, guys. Just go to itch.io. The level of innovation is insane. It just you need to believe that no one can do it the way you can do it. No one will put the effort of doing it the way you're doing it. No one is serious about doing it the way you're doing it. That's my all. Like why I'm sharing all. Like I've done talks about LinkedIn, how to become a top voice on LinkedIn. I can tell you exactly what you need to do. But am I not afraid you will compete with me? Yeah, good luck putting the effort. I know how much effort it is. I trust it's too much. And if you compete with me with this effort, then I will be like you. Yeah, will deserve, to be honest. So that's what I've seen. Share, be confident, but then if the idea is too simple, trust me, someone else is thinking about it and about to do it. We have seen like Squid Games. It went out. It flooded Play Store. It's like Roblox. Everyone's doing Squid Games experience. We are humans. We think alike. We see like a Viking and like a TV show. It's hot right now. Then maybe I want to make a game about what Viking time. Just because being influenced. But how many people are watching the same show will be influenced the same? That's why I said look at your core motivation, which is related to your childhood. That's something so unique to you, no one can steal. I believe in that, to be honest. I believe share what you're doing. Don't be afraid. Take feedback, iterate on it, make it special, make it you. That outperform. Yeah, if you're afraid of people stealing your idea, you will lose more than you gain, in my opinion. Thank you so much. I'm glad it helps some of you.
That was a really good answer. I like that.
Thank you. I mean, to be honest, this is like, it's not only my view. I've been asking AAA people, been in the industry for 20 years. Everyone says the same. Share, don't be afraid. And all the successful games started on itch.io. They made a prototype and people loved it. Then they moved and make it Steam and everyone's supporting them. If they were afraid of sharing, no one will hear of it on itch. They go Steam silently. They don't have marketing budget. It will be lost in the void because we have a couple of hundreds games released weekly. So getting recognized is so difficult. So building community as early as possible is way more important.
Do you want me to carry on reading some out? Are you all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, sure. I want to. More questions. Do you have more?
Yeah. Someone asked, how will the gaming industry be affected with the advent of AI, as many spam games are also uprising?
Perfect. Yeah, AI is real. AI is the dragon is out. Should we avoid AI? No, 100% no. If you are boycotting AI because unethical, you will lose the race. As harsh as it sounds. Am I encouraging you to use generative AI with your? No, I'm not. We don't use it. I don't respect it. Generative AI is being maybe trained on assets without copyright, but the dragon is out. We cannot contain it. So I highly recommend everyone is to be aware of the capabilities of AI. Use AI to streamline repetitive, boring tasks not meant for humans. So first of all, we cannot ignore AI. Ignore AI. AI is a tool we can use in our toolkit. I use like 7 or 8 myself in my day-to-day basis. But I don't encourage generative AI in art. I don't respect that. But that's good. More games flooding the market, amazing. Means more rubbish, which means your games with handcrafted art, with the real community will shine. It will become like the art hand painted, very like fine wine compared to rubbish. Who cares? More rubbish? Yeah, then my product will be more expensive, more valued. That's how I see it. AI will change roles, yes. Yes, some roles are they're done. Like if you work with any text processing, I would be afraid because AI can process text super ultra fast. AI can work with data super ultra fast, can give insights a lot faster than humans. So jobs will be eliminated. Back, guys, this has happened in every industry. Now it's affecting creative for the first time. I used to work in the automotive industry where we were. I used to go to conferences about automotive and autonomous. You know, autonomous, we are threatening the highest occupation on earth, which is a driver. We are removing driver. So this can always happen. But it's the first time we got something affecting creative work or knowledge work, because there's two kinds of work. The physical one at the production lines when robots start to show up and automate what humans used to do. Then now AI is affecting lawyers, PhD, like artists, programmers. So AIs do there. So what I recommend, understand its capabilities, use it to your knowledge, and it will make you superhuman. Don't ignore it. And roles will change it. So you will see new roles and some roles will be disappeared. How to ensure that your roles is not affected by being good, really good at what you're doing and understand AI and make it work for your like benefits. That's my biggest tip.
That's another great answer. I love
Thank you
it.
so much.
Thank you for that. I think a lot of people needed to hear that. Another question, maybe a little off topic, but does doing bachelor in game art better or in game design? I want to be game environment artist. Is even doing one worth it?
Yeah, no, game design, in my opinion, it's something everyone should do. The one I did, the 6 months one aside. But if you want to have a clear, focused study, then I suggest fast track educations like TGA, future games, or equivalent school in your countries. Then you study purely environment art, concept art, character art, VFX, AI. In specific AI, when I say AI, I mean game AI, not like AI, the one like behavior. So if you know what you want to do, go fast track. My biggest tip: fast track, guys. Fast track. Just go to the things that can secure you what you want to do. And thank you for I'm going to put the link at least to the course I doing, which is producer, but if you take one step back, you can find all the programs we have at Future Games, which is one of the schools, and the game assembly. I will also put it there. Hopefully that's helpful enough for many of you. Yeah, the game assembly is here. The game assembly is in Swedish only, so this could be a bit of maybe there's some programs taught in English, but yeah, you can read. Future Games is international. So game design is good for everyone because you will speak with game designers. It's good to understand the terminology, speak the same language, have an understanding. But if you know exactly what you want, I just remembered that actually TGA we have a site in UK. That's good. If you are tuning from UK, there's an option for you. Yeah, bachelor degree. It's more if you want to become a teacher or something. Why I'm saying that? Because universities doesn't secure you an internship, which is so hard. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I cannot count how many students came with bachelor degree to Future Games. So they do 4 years program or 3.5, and they study Future Games 2 years because we ensure or we support the internship at the school, at the studio, which most likely become a full-time job or whatever result. Yeah, cool. Ready for the next question.
Any advice for VR or XR indie devs?
That's an interesting one. I mean, VR is a very interesting sphere. We have seen a lot of investments. The device is still not out there, which affect the reach of it. It's a very tricky one, to be honest. We have these programs at Future Games, both of them, and we do have a lot of VR companies. If this is your passion, 100% you should pursue it. We have like Fast Travel, we have Resolution Games, we have a lot of companies who do AR VR. I'm not sure what's the biggest tip I can give in here. To be honest, it's just a field in the gaming industry. The only downside, it's niche. At the same time, that's the strength. It's a double-edged sword. Like the amount of companies you can start in way lower than usual. But if you show an extraordinary skill, your chances to be hired is kind of significant. So yeah, that's how I see it. It's a niche. It comes with a risk that you have less companies to apply for. And there's a lot of companies in the mobile space could be interesting. And have that said, mobile games, they pay more than the normal classic platforms. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. Quite a specific one. Is there an easier way to learn and understand Unreal Engine blueprints?
Say no more. I'm going to give you the course. And I will teach you something. I'm not sure. Yeah, I should teach you this. It is a loophole. And because you are attending the Rockies, guys, you get the juice. So I'm going to share my screen, explain how this works. Don't take it outside the, what do you call it? The Fight Club. What happens at the Rockies stays at the Rockies. So it's a shame that people cannot put smiley. Maybe they're not even laughing. This is a post I made. So this is a great course, guys. This is an amazing course by Epic. It's so new. And in this course, I put all the links in here. Should I copy? Yes. And the blueprint is in there. Yeah, people are waiting for this. I know. Here you go, guys. All for you. And if you want to support my post, you should. Come on. And here to support your fellow creator.
Sorry, I didn't let you. So, maybe post. Oh, there you go. That works.
Okay, guys, go to my link, and when you go to the first comment, you see blueprint scripting. Go there, enjoy. But here, Coursera will ask you you can enroll for free. If you don't see this option, because might Coursera ask you to do Coursera Plus, and you don't have money to pay, Coursera do have, like, it can fund your program if you can prove that you're a student. And if that didn't work, I know how to make it work without pirating. No, pirating is not good, guys. You should never pirate. I'm going to show you how it works from Coursera. What you do, you download Coursera on your phone. And you go to the course, not specialization. You go to the course in specific. When you do that on the phone, you will find audit. Like you can audit this course for free. This option only on mobile, doesn't exist on desktop. You do that on mobile, then you continue your course on desktop. I'm pretty sure Coursera done that aware of this. A lot of poorer countries, they can study on phone. So it's done for good reasons. But we are abusing the system slightly in here, but it's education and we are studying. We're not pirating. We're just we're being smart. Let's say like that. So yes, now you know how to enroll for free if you don't see this option by using Coursera on app, and you're welcome.
Thank you. I was actually looking at one the other day.
Pleasure.
That's amazing.
I know. It's not cheap if you are studying and your salary is not good. So go to the phone. If you don't see this option because you click on specialization, click on individual courses. When you audit this course, you don't do the exam, you don't get the certificate, but you get the knowledge, that's what matters. Don't care about paper, guys. Don't care about certification. Knowledge, show your work. That's what matters.
Thank you.
So hopefully we give you some things. I told you it's going to be a lot of, I think you can audit this course. Perfect. Amazing. So you can audit this from website. Amazing. But now you know an extra way to audit courses from outside by using the mobile app.
Thank you. That was really
my pleasure.
I bet you're all very glad you're here.
I need to reward everyone decide to be here and putting time just to show you guys. We keep saying be creative, but no one really share how to be creative. It's like, what should I do? I can give you the easiest way is seriously do things differently. Be like, do things just as simple as that. Like Today, maybe you play League of Legends every day, and today you decided, you know what, there's something happening in the Rockies. Maybe it's your first time in the Rockies, and you decided to show up. Maybe it's your first time. This is leaving your comfort zone, doing something different. And you get to hear about this course. Maybe you do this course, then you get excited, then you start making your own game, then you become someone in the industry, I hope. Just to showing you how small tweak in our habits do things differently. If you have a friend, he keep or she they ask keep asking you, you should join our D&D dungeon like campaign on a weekend, and say, oh man, that's not for me, and you keep skipping. I advise you next time you should go there. You never know. You could see something change your perspective, inspire you. If you don't take the shortest route home, take the longest one. Maybe we'll see an ad, maybe we'll see an encounter, something inspires you. So my biggest tip, do things differently. Highly recommend it.
Wow, yeah, thank you. I don't think we have any
Pleasure.
more questions for now. I'm going to ask you one just to see if we get any more come through while we're chatting. I would like to know, like, what's kind of the pathway to becoming a producer? Because I feel like that's a role that's not really talked about.
No, I would love to actually to have a full talk about this because if you ask my family what I do at work, they say he plays games and they pay him a lot of money. Like they don't understand what I do. So it's a very cool role, to be honest. It's an amazing role. It's basically you enable your team to deliver more without working more, just by showing clarity, priority, have a vision. I always say we are time travelers because you need to go to the future, see how the game or feature should look like, come back to the now, and translate that to actions based on learnings we have done in the past. So you need to do all of that very, very quickly. It's an amazing role. It is stressful for some people, but oh boy, I enjoy it when things are burning. It's like, yeah, bring it on. Like when things are not going well, I shine the most. I always figure out critical thinking is fun. It's a very cool role. Like I love it, and that's why I started education about the game producer. It's a leader role, but believe it or not, we are the first education of its kind. It's a role you don't usually teach. It's just you develop from QA or game designer. So that's why, and it's a leader role. It's very important. So that's why we did this role. For me, I started from a QA, which is a very traditional move. QA, quality assurance, if you're not aware of the term, is you're the one responsible of the quality of the game. So I was a lead QA. When you do that, you get to know everything about the product in and out. And if you show some leadership initiative and some leadership skills, your likelihood to be elected organically to be a producer. And this is exactly what happened with me. I've been chosen by my team, and since I've done it, back to pushing the limits, back to leave the like I'm test engineer with 8 years of experience. I'm certified. I know my craft in and out. I put everything aside, not like throw it away. I'm still using a lot of my skills as a QA, but put everything away and do something completely new. It feels terrifying. But that's how you shine. That's when I told you you need to leave your comfort zone. I quit my full-time job at Volkswagen during COVID. Not even a crazy person would do it. To a 200 people company I never heard of.
Wow.
Pursuing my dream. I'm not saying you should go crazy and lose your jobs now. You can do that by being reasonable. But I'm saying that if you have a dream, you should pursue your dream. You should take the leap. Yeah, that's important.
Oh yeah, thank you. We have a few questions while we're talking.
I'm happy. I have some time. It's fine. We can take them.
Thank you. There's one before this, but I think this one segues a bit more from that conversation. So, can you share your favorite work you did in your career so far?
Oh yeah. I ported Star Stable Online to Android. That's by far one of the biggest technical achievements I've done. Star Stable is 13 years of coding content. It was a desktop-only game, and me and my team, we ported it to Android. That was a very interesting, challenging in all aspects. I have 13 years of content. Star Stable is in-house technology, so we don't use Unreal or Unity. We have our own engine, our own scripting language, our own editor. Everything is in-house. So that was very, very challenging. At the same time, super fun, especially when we saw it working for the first time. It's so satisfying. Like, I cannot stress how, like, it just everything you do, everything you put, then it's one moment, it all pays off. Like, it's something happens, you say, "Oh my God, I'm glad I did all this journey." So when you see your games release, when you see your Steam page is on for the first time, it's really worth it. So I would say porting Star Stable to Android is my biggest technical achievement.
Cool. Impressive. I'm a 3D fashion designer. Is creating game skins a role gaming companies are looking for, or is that character design?
No, I mean, fashion is. I know a lot of games. They could definitely benefit from fashion designers, especially if they free to play with the skins monetization. So they do a lot of skins, and especially if it's fashion related. If it's simulation games, that also could be fashion related. Could be game about fashion. So that's why I love questions, because it's remind me to say things it wasn't prepared or wasn't in my presentation or just forgot to mention. Gaming industry is not only gameplay, game designer, producer. There's plenty of roles that it's there. You just need to know, you be aware of them. That's back to my point, is you need to read job ads. We don't know what we don't know, right? We don't know. There's a lot of roles. You will be shocked what kind of roles do there. And I can guarantee you guys, like maybe 80% of the people in this room, there's roles right for you right now out there somewhere. We just need to find it. There's like, I've seen associate, very entry level in really cool positions, but just need to find it. So yes, most of you do have what does it take to be in the gaming industry. You just need to package this in a good way, build your network, apply. Don't wait until you're ready, because you will never ever be ready. That's my biggest tip. Do the micro learning as I advised you. Read a book, a course all the time, no question. I'm reading a book, I'm doing a course every day. 15 pages a day, 2 hours a week. You can split it the way you want and watch one video on YouTube. This is what I do, and this is what I've been doing, and it's paying super well. And don't like. I hope this was inspiring for some of you, or I hope all of you, of course. But my talk is not for everyone. Then you got too excited. Oh man, this guy Ali, I've learned a lot. Then you fire this Coursera course and do like 6 hours straight. Put 10 books on the table, listen to like 10 podcasts. Yeah, you will be burned out in maybe 5 weeks. And you will hate the whole game development at once. I've done that. You guys have been there. I pushed the limits like crazy. I did hurt my eyes twice in the process. I was so close to quit the whole thing. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. That's unsustainable. Do what is sustainable. Do something you can sustain and build on top of it slowly. Like if you feel 15 pages a day, which has happened with me. I don't take my phone to bed. I told you I leave it in the living room. So there's a book super exciting I was reading. So what I do, I have a Kindle, because you can read if the light is off. I did read 15 pages and I fall asleep. The book was too good. You know what I started to do? I started to go to bed earlier, even though I'm not asleep, so I can read more. This is an healthy, organic way of enhancing your habits instead of forcing insane level. Like going to gym. Like you've never been to gym in like 2 years, and you go in the first week, you're gonna do every day salad only, the strictest diet ever. Yeah, good luck. It won't work. And people ask me, I want to go to gym. Yeah, go. Can you do half an hour? Yeah. Then can you go twice a week? Only? Yeah, only. That's it. When you do it 1 week, 2 week, I need more. Then you increase it to 3, 1 hour. That's my biggest tip. Yeah, remember, 2 hours a week, guys. Start with that. Don't go crazy. Thank you so much, all of you, and hopefully it was inspiring or useful. Would love to see all of you as a colleagues in the industry, work with you, work for you. I would be even prouder. Thank you so much. Don't stop believing in your dreams. Remember to ask yourself why I'm doing what I'm doing. Follow your motivation. It's always connected to our childhood. Remember that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a great
Pleasure.
day.
Pleasure. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.